Hello, and welcome to our campaign and battle let's play in Total War Warhammer, this time focusing on Wulfrik the Wanderer. As you can see, we are around turn 70 in the campaign and have conquered much of the north. We've been raiding in the territories of Kislev, Nordland and Middenland to help fund our campaign, and Wulfrik is currently heading down south to raid and pillage more lands. But now it's time to turn our focus onto much greater foes, monsters, and there is no better person to do this with than Wulfrik. As you can see, we have unlocked Monster Hunter in the skill tree, and this unlocks pages of the Monstrous Arcanum, which allows us to hunt elusive and incredibly powerful monsters. Today, we are going to hunt down Frigustrex. None are more dangerous and murderous than Frigustrex, scion of the cold. We must hunt him down as the gods demand. Our rewards for slaying this monster are an incredibly rare ability for Wulfrik to use, which grants him a vortex ability. We also gain the chance to recruit the Cold Voider Frost-Wyrm, a regiment of renown, into our army, plus 10,000 gold into our treasury.
A good choice, my lord. The beast, once caught, will be quite the prize.
The first part of our quest is to raid the Tower of Krach region. Wulfrik is already heading down south with an army, so we don't have far to go. Let's set our stance to raiding and end the turn there.
I'll see it through.
Our next step on the path to hunting this monster is to recruit a unit to start tracking it. I'm going to choose some Marauder Hunters. Marauder Hunters are used to this type of terrain, so they will traverse it swiftly and easily. As we have conquered much of the north, we're not too far from sparring fields, so can recruit these brave souls quite quickly and continue our hunt.
The correct path.
The elite of the Marauder Hunters was sent into the mountains to search for the Frost-Wyrm, but none returned. Those poor lads. Hopefully their loss was not in vain. The extreme weather has died down, and the word has spread that the unbearable cold is now into Troll country. We must move Wulfrik and his army further down south to continue this hunt. Reports are that a dragon-like shadow has been spotted in the region. Frigustrex is close, the hunt is on, but we need to complete just one more turn before we can take him on. Now this is going to be a tough battle, so we need to do all the preparation possible. During our raiding of the land south, we've been raising settlements for the Hound. This is a Norska-specific campaign mechanic allowing for dedication to the gods. I have chosen to dedicate my campaigns to the Hound, and we are very close to unlocking the next tier, and this would be very useful for fighting Frigustrex, as we will gain plus 10% weapon damage for all melee infantry, which will really help with cracking through those scales. We have an army just over the bay which can raise Dieterschafen and dedicate it to the Hound.
Tremble.
This is an easy battle to win, so we will just auto-resolve this one. And now we can raise it for the Hound.
Allegiance, my lord. The bite of the Hound can be felt on the icy winds. All shall fear the frenzy that is to come.
We now have the much needed boost to our infantry. We're ready to finish this hunt and kill the murderous Frost-Wyrm. During our conquests, Wulfrik has gained 2 marks and banners that we can use during battle. The first being the Banner of the Crimson Reapers, which gives a bonus first large and added melee attack. We will assign this to boost one of our spearmen. The second is the Standard of Discipline, which gains leadership. This will prove most useful on the Feral Mammoth. Now let's crack some skulls.
Frigustrex is here for the taking, my lord. The weather is fierce in these climes, and is worsened further by the monster's presence. You must brave the storm, but be mindful of your approach. When you decide to charge the beast, the extreme winter conditions will slow the movement of your warriors.
Let the hunt begin. I'm going to start by putting my front line onto guard mode to ensure they don't go chasing the monsters into the distance. All my men will be needed to win this battle. My Firefamir Balafane, Dragult, has a fireball which can get some early damage on those ice trolls. It's worth noting we're going to flick between these more cinematic shots and normal gameplay to give you a close-up look at some of these new Norscan units. I'm also going to cast the Flaming Sword of Ruin spell on my Marauder Hunters, which gives them a weapon damage and missile damage boost. That will make these anti-large units even more effective. Just before Frigustrex's Frost comes down on my units, I'm going to take advantage of any charge bonus left at my disposal. Now a Frost-Wyrm has landed behind my front line, I need my men to turn around and start doing damage to these huge units before it's too late. I've also got to be wary of gathering around Frigustrex, as those snowstorms are causing huge damage. The best tactic for me here is to focus on the smaller Frost-Wyrms for now. I mean, I say smaller, they're still huge monsters to deal with. My men are getting some great early damage in, especially these hunters who are doing great anti-large range damage. This battle is definitely turning in my favour. But wait, the enemy have reinforcements, more ice trolls and Frost-Wyrms to deal with. I'm going to need to reorganise my army to deal with the flanking units. I also need to make sure I don't spread too thin, as Frigustrex is causing havoc in the middle of the battlefield. Now these spearmen have been doing a great job at defending my hunters, but now they need to get their hands dirty. I'm going to send them in to support the other units. Frigustrex really is a monster. He's over twice the size of the other Frost-Wyrms, and it's taking a lot for me to kill him. I'm going to use another fireball as they're super effective against the ice trolls. The battle seems to be in my favour, but these reinforcements joining the fray could cause some difficulty. I couldn't get Dragult away in time. You'll feel that one for a while. I need to send in some hunters to give him some support. Now it's time to push everyone out to the flanks. I'm going to need all my units for this final push, but this frost caused by Frigustrex is making it hard to move around the battlefield as it reduces my movement speed heavily. There's a Frost-Wyrm trying to get away. Maybe Dragult can get his revenge. Let's see if he can snipe him out of the sky. He lives to fight another day. Now, it's almost time to focus on Frigustrex. His snowstorms are causing huge damage to my units. My units on the left flank are finishing off the ice trolls and last Frost-Wyrms, and most of the army seems to be retreating now. It's just Frigustrex himself now, the legendary beast. Now these hunters should do huge damage to him. I'll get to focus all their fire on him. Look at how many spears he's taking. He can't have long left now. And that's it. He's been slain. Those Marauders will be boasting about that kill, but it still only counts as one. Dragult is going for one final fireball. Will he manage to snipe him out of the sky? What a shot. That's it. The final Frost-Wyrm. The battle is ours.
The hunt is complete. Reap the rewards, my lord.
We took heavy losses, but Frigustrex is slain. Wulfrik has lived up to his name and can now dedicate the win to a god. We will continue our allegiance to the Hound, of course. We've also gained the Ancient Frost-Wyrm scale, which gives Wulfrik a Vortex ability. And if we look in our regiments of renown, we can now recruit the Cold Voider Frost-Wyrm. Now let's skip forward and have a quick look at both in use in a battle. And now I'll leave you with some cinematic shots of both of these in action. Thanks for watching this Let's Play for Norska in Total War Warhammer, and of course, we'll see you next time.